Okay, here we go. Alright, welcome back to My Sage and Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Hero. Anime Review, episode number 11. Yep, this is the penultimate episode of the season, which means, yes, the final episode is going to be next week. Yeah, believe it or not, next week is also going to be Christmas. Yep. Yeah, and it also means that for Monday, this is going to be the first of the three leaving the review schedule. Week after that will be Gathering Isekai. And last will be Isekai Quartet. Excuse me. I know that the anime coming out tomorrow. Can't find cooking the world with my absurd skill. That one's also ending next week too. This week, however, we're having two anime wrap up this week. That being Backstab Backwire Dungeon, which comes out Friday, and Rama Half Season 2 is also ending this week too. Yeah, kind of. Now, that was completely out of the blue. Like, I did not know when the season was going to end. Like, it just kept saying, basically, question, like, how much it's going to last for. And then, like, last week, like, oh, it's going to be 2 episodes. Like the first season. I'm like, damn. So, what happens this episode? So, we have Lottie with Knight, where they just go out sightseeing, and they chat with some guy who ends up hitting on her because she's got big bust. And then they just decide to visit Adventures Guild, chatting like, it's closed, but why are they here? Because they work for Graham. The guy who Akira wants, that Crow and like Koei want him to kill, because he's an assassin. And then we see, there's a mysterious floor above, between the second floor and the main Adventures Hall. So Knight is thrown up there by Lottie, gets documents, and look at documents. Then they get torn up, and then, Crow does whatever. Amelia is taken by Lottie to go some sightseeing, and of course, but before that also, and of course, Knight goes with, Akira, which gets distracted at one point, so he gets his bag taken. Yes, his bag taken for some random reason. Meanwhile, though, we're finally seeing Graham speak for the first time in this series, and it's Christopher Sabat! Yeah, I recognize that voice anywhere. It's Christopher Sabat. Kind of surprised. I guess the reason why he probably would pick to be in the show, at least probably he'd want to, probably because the series is getting a lot of really good buzz. So that's probably the reason for it. So there's a traitor of these 4 guys, and the guy in the far left, he's killed because, supposedly he's traded this. So none of them actually spilled the beans about the documents. And then Akira and Amelia visit the Adventures Hall themselves because the 4 of them go. Just Amelia and Akira go inside because Lottie basically has seen it already. And then, of course, they have a guy. Now, this is by sheer coincidence, just happened to be recently with this. So, there's a Beastman in there who tries to attack Akira, not knowing the fact he's a silent assassin. And it's Rico Fujaro. Yep, it's Rico Fujaro. It's a regular joke with me now, basically, where I just keep running into this guy in all the anime I've seen. Like, I get the fact, yes, he's my favorite voice actors, but doesn't it be like almost every single series I watch? Yeah, it is something with this. Then we see, I think, a girl in a wheelchair who's a receptionist, which I'm like, that's interesting. This is Adventures Hall, but yet, okay, there's no quest. I don't see any adventures. And also, since when is it closed during the daytime if you have adventures? And since when do adventures commit crimes? Yeah, it's like this series is like one of the most bizarre things I have ever seen for an anime. It's like so drastic because normally adventure guilds are very nice people. A lot of them are. Rarely, and the guildmaster, a lot of the time, is not this much of a dick. The only series I've seen where he's depicted as somewhat of a terror person, but not as bad as this guy, was the hero's Banner's party is obviously the strongest. So apparently the guy looks him as a hero, and then chatted for a while, and the episode ends with Graham showing up. And unlike the first 11 episodes where it's simply called The Assassin does something, this one's called Assassin Browses. Next week's episode is called Akira Oda Becomes an Assassin. Yeah, it's actually the only title not to feature the assassin as the first part of the title. Which, that's going to be interesting. And am I sad to see this go? Yes. Have I enjoyed the series so far? Yes, I have. Yes. If the series continues to get as much buzz as it has, I'm all for it. It is kind of interesting, though, that he just happened to be here. Yeah. So, there's that. So that's pretty much it for the particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, notifications. Next, I have a Comic Corner. And sadly put, that might be it for tonight, okay? Next video. Bye.